the you that you know yourself to be when you're at your best, because that's where the wow is. Chapter 1. Don't leave home without them. The non-negotiable general principles. I began presenting myself early and, if I remember correctly, somewhat reluctantly. When my siblings and I were in the age ranges of 3 to 6, my father would line us up in the living room before a cocktail party and make us practice shaking hands with him before the guests arrive. The Von Trapp family had nothing on us. I still remember him looming over me, pumping my hand up and down while saying, "Look me in the eye, look me in the eye, look me in the eye." While I may not have enjoyed those impromptu personal presentation sessions, their effect was beneficial. To this day, I have a super handshake and definitely look people in the eye when I greet them. As with looking someone in the eye, there are elements to presenting yourself that are non-negotiable. Regardless of the situation, these fundamentals are necessary in order to make a strong and lasting impression. Whether you are presenting to 1 or 100, at lunch, on the phone, with a speech or PowerPoint presentation, they will always be beneficial. These non-negotiable principles are presented here. If you listen to nothing else in this audiobook, incorporating these foundational elements into your daily communication and interaction will guarantee instantaneous, positive results in how people respond to you. Dearly beloved data lovers. The following statistic from a study done by Albert Mehrabian, Professor Emeritus of Psychology at UCLA, is among the first things I tell every client. Known as the 7-38-55% rule, it states that there are 3 elements to any face-to-face communication: words, tone of voice, and body language, and we are influenced by these things as follows. 7% of our influence comes from the words we say, 38% from our tonal quality while saying it, 55% by what our body is doing while we're saying it. What does this mean? So often we think presentation and communication are about the words we say. In fact, it's often far more about how we say them and what our body is doing while we're saying them. For example, we've all been introduced to the person who says, "Nice to meet you," with a fishy hand, a nominal smile, and an over our shoulder to see if someone more interesting, important, attractive is coming in the room gaze. Contrast that with meeting someone who's genuinely delighted to meet you. Same words, very different message. My goal in telling you this is to help you begin to consider the global impact of your message, to understand the importance of managing every aspect of your presentation style. Knowing that listeners often remember just 7% of the words you say will remind you to choose language that's precise, colorful, and concise. Knowing that 38% of your impact comes from your tonal quality will reinforce the importance of having your tone match your message, be authoritative, commanding, persuasive, entertaining, etc., depending on your objective. Knowing that 55% of your impact comes from what your body is doing while you're speaking will encourage you to focus on how you can best express commitment to and enthusiasm for what you are saying through your facial expressions, posture, and gestures. Breaking down your message in this way makes it much easier to figure out what you need to do to capture your listener's attention. You can ask yourself, is my language flabby? Do I sound happy when I'm giving good news and genuinely sorry when I'm apologizing? If I were on television and the sound was off, would someone walking by the TV know from my body language that I was enthusiastic about or committed to what I was saying? As with anything, the first step to creating effective change is awareness. Now that you have a greater understanding of the factors in play when you present yourself, you can begin to pick and choose, strengthen or minimize, bump up or play down each element to achieve the results you desire. Tell me a story. As children, we all felt the power of storytelling, its ability to transport us to another place and time. As adults, we feel it when we're in the grip of a masterful book or movie. Using stories when speaking has the same effect on your listeners and the added bonus of helping you retain and commit to the message you want to deliver. 2 of the most frequent questions I get from new clients are, how can I get rid of filler words like and what should I do with my hands? Embedding their answers in